Thanks for staying with us. So our ladies here are yet to answer my question, give me some clarity. Because I understand that the new age woman doesn't believe in those kind of things. But are we getting the same results that our parents did with longevity in marriage? Are we getting the same results where the marriages, they're celebrating 50 years, 30 years? Because today, a lot of homes are disrupted because of the lack of submission. Going back to the analyzing of this woman's countenance, because everybody's analyzing her countenance as she's obviously she was not happy. But we've been raised in a society where a woman was raised to be quiet. When your husband is talking, remember, I also shared that story where my husband was fighting with our neighbors many years ago, where I was not defending him. And he was upset that, can you not defend me in public? And I'm like, but you were wrong. Until tomorrow, whenever we're having small, he reminds me, that's how the other time too. You did not defend me. And I'm thinking, you were wrong. There was no way I was going to be telling you and just be like submissive and say, hey, yes, fight. I'm not going to support you. I'm sorry. And BC corrected me that, no, Mariah, you were wrong. That yes, well, your husband may have been wrong, but in public, you should be 100% behind him. I took the feedback. But then I felt that, you are wrong. I'm not going to be defending you in public. So this woman too is submissive. She's quiet. Why is that a problem for you people?
Yes, I have a question, right? So
you're not answering my question. I'll give me
no. Yeah, I'm going to give you another question and answer you. Because so that the question can also help your
thinking.
Your thinking. Yes, so like, there are couples where that they have joint accounts. So many homes run a joint account whereby the woman will put maybe 30% or 40%, maybe 50% of her salary and earnings into, and vice versa. So they use it to run the home and stuff. So in situations like that where the couple are pulling in their resources to be able to run the home, do you consider that submission on the woman's part? That's a question first for you. Is that considered submission, first of all, that she's pulling in 50%?
Partnership. Yeah, I know that. I did that also.
That's not submission on her part.
I don't know what partnership submission. I did that in the early days of our marriage. I did that. We both put things. We had a joint account, and then we had our savings. We paid each other salary from the money.
So did you consider yourself submissive in that instance?
No, I'm a partnership.
Okay.
I'm not submitting to you. We are submitting to each other because he's contributing. I'm contributing.
But the Bible did not say the man should submit to you. You're supposed to submit to the man. So in that light, that's one, right? Okay. Yes. And then secondly, so many people cannot have in a situation where. Let's say in law, where we deal with facts, so many people cannot have the same opinion of a fact, and then you consider that not to be the fact.
Okay.
And from what I can see, 99% of the people, both online, both people seated here, consider the fact that that video of that woman that we saw shows that the submission, she also submitted her self-esteem and every other thing that goes with it to the man. I'm not saying that to kneel down is a problem. Like I said,
so you can kneel down.
I will lie down. What is kneel down? For my man I love, for my husband, for my Lord and Master. I will lie down, clean your leg. I wash this love. Love is sweet too. I will do everything. And I like what she said, that I will come back after 5 days and tell you, baby, as long as you're a kind man, you're a caring man, don't lie down, Mariah, stop it. I will lie down. What is it?
Okay, submission. So for today's women, wouldn't want to submit, wouldn't want to lie down or kneel down. They wouldn't want to do that because they feel that is totally.
Our love language has changed. We can rub his head, baby, instead of kneeling down, sit on his lap, caress.
There's some issues that you do. There's some matters.
No, that's why
you hurt your husband. I don't think that was something when he's kneeling down.
Of course, there are some thank yous that I've done to my partner that I will kneel down. That this is
that's
what I'm saying. That it's not like salary. Now he has done something that I consider that this was out of his way. Like he shouldn't have probably done it, or if he didn't do it, I wouldn't have died. And he has done to maybe push me, and I'll just kneel down there and I'll say, thank you, darling. God bless you.
Let me take Prince.
So, yes.
Good morning, Prince. Thanks for calling. You alive. Oh, we lost that caller. Okay, got any comments on social media?
Because I keep comments. And I'm reading the comments and I'm just rolling.
Okay. What happened?
But in truth, your man is your king. There is king, there is queen. You are the queen. He is the king. So, yes.
Kneeling down can be sensual, can be erotic, can be. What's the give me the English word?
Option
kneeling
2.
down can be Malumo. Kneeling down can be. Well, give me the English words. Can be very, very. So you're submitting, but there's a way to do it because we pretend in our own way. And let me come to Olori. I'll come back to YK because we make it look as if kneeling down is a way to show that you've been subjugated. But the truth is that in the old days, it can have been very endearing. It can actually be it can be very, very romantic, where you're rubbing his knees and you're working your way up gradually. These are things where now we just, social media or this new world has made it look as if, once you kneel down, means that, I mean, can we redefine what kneeling down is?
I think it's part of our tradition.
Culture.
If you meet, if you come across someone older than you, you would kneel down, well, in the Yoruba way of how we are, you would kneel down and greet the person.
Yes.
So why can't you do that with your husband as well? If you can greet a stranger and you can kneel down and, to greet a stranger, why can't you do it with your husband? What's the big deal?
If you can kneel down with your pastor, your husband is there standing there, and you're going to pastor, daddy,
why wouldn't you be able to kneel down your husband?
Like, carry your food and go down.
Exactly.
So then let us redefine what kneeling down is, because we're making it look as if kneeling down is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And I think that is what I would like this conversation to bring out.
Subject, okay, wait.
Sorry, we're not saying kneeling down.
Let me take Wale from London. I'll come to you, Wale. Sorry about that. Wale from London, you've been holding. Go ahead, please. Wale.
Good morning. Can I come in now?
Yes, go ahead. You're live.
Yes, sir. Thank you. This is my first time getting through.
Welcome to the show.
I just want to be quick. My point is this. The kneeling down, I believe, is her choice. I don't see her as being subdued. I see her as somebody that maybe the husband went to a village to go and bring the cultured woman. And that's what he prefers. But I don't see her as being a subdued woman.
Okay. Thank you very much. There's just by the side, there's no more cultured woman in the village. Everybody is exposed. Everybody has social media. There's no, if you think on everybody's on TikTok. So they are very exposed. So there's no more cultured woman. Let's take a few comments on social media.
Yes. Our own social media. I'm going to that one social media. Someone says, it's the wife's face for me. No need to say, I left the group chat because I can't even be added.
Okay, I don't laugh. I don't understand.
Okay, capital commodity.
She has left the group chat. You can't even say she has left. She was not even added at all. She's just there.
I think capital commodity said, what business is her salary in the home? ? The financial responsibility in the home belongs to the man. The woman's money is her money. She is paying bills with you and you want her to submit?
There's someone says, Mommy, please blink twice. She's reliving the experience as he describes it. She doesn't look happy though. Blink twice if you need help. I'm blinking 3 times.
Please, can I take Michael? Good morning, Michael. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello, my name is Michael. I'm calling you from Abuja.
Abuja, go ahead, please.
All right. Now, to me, it sounds as if that statement is incomplete from my own view.
Okay.
Now, my wife kneels down to give me her salary. Now, in this age at which we are now, are you telling us that she goes to the bank to withdraw her money every day to kneel down and give to her salary? Or is it just an appreciation for the job? Now, I can give you about 50 seconds. When I got married, I got married as a copper. I got married and my wife was a copper.
Right.
She didn't know how I got the job for her, but she was at home. I made my link, got my friends and everybody that, look, my wife had just finished service. I need to get her a job. I got her a job. She was at home. I brought the letter for her. Thank God it's a federal government job. My wife is a surveyor by profession. So, the first day she received her salary, nothing stops her from coming to say, thank you, my husband. She kneels down and gives me and says, this is the salary. I don't think it's bad. We are in Africa.
Right.
But doing it subsequently, is where our time is not being good. So we need to know the content of this story, not just the headline. What happened? Is it every day or always? Thank you.
Thank you very
every
much.
month.
This looks like a tradition.
So back then, 20 years ago, she used to get her salary in an envelope, so she brings it to him. And so, again, I want us to see beyond the kneeling down, or even her countenance, because I don't see her countenance as negative. I saw her countenance as a woman who has just totally submitted to her husband in everything and let him drive the way and lead the way, because you like to be a kept woman. So I know some women who are like, they don't want to think about, they don't want to talk, or they're in front of the camera for the first time. I think Olori mentioned that during the break, that she might just don't like the idea of the camera in her face. So her husband is really talking, she's fine with that. Today's woman doesn't want the husband to speak for her. She wants both of us, we are speaking, you are interviewing us, we are both talking. Now, so my question is that the right way? Is it going to lead to longevity in marriage? Because men can say, oh, I'm fine with my husband, my wife being co-partners. But we all know that sometimes when they get to a certain age, they are reminded like, please, you're my wife now. Please just stay home. Must you follow me? Must you comment? Must you say something? Know your place. Because when they're in their 30s, they want an amaka. Hey, but pretty girl, we are together. Everybody else, because it elevates their status. When they start having children, they're not calling them daddy. They're not calling them oga. They want a wife that just stay, don't be too, because now we're no more. I'm just telling you what I see. My question is that, learning from this woman and man's experiences, shouldn't we learn from them, or how do we define what marriage should be like today?
All I will say is, if it's this man and woman that we are learning from their experiences, what I would say is, the next time when he's talking, she should be doing yes. Then I will believe. If she's doing, I want to die. Then you cannot help but question.
Okay? Sincerity.
Is she happy? That's why they are saying blink twice if you need.
What is happiness?
And also, we're not just preaching, we want longevity in marriage, but we're not just preaching that, we're also preaching happiness for both parties.
What is happiness?
In that marriage.
Amaka, what is happiness for this woman who's probably in her
she's not
early
even
60s?
Smiling.
What's happiness for a woman in her 60s, YK? What is happiness?
When you see my partner and I, we are like this.
You know happiness.
Darling.
Are you okay?
And that doesn't mean I don't submit. It just means we are
cordial. You're together.
We are together. We are friends. We are lovers.
Happiness. This woman's happiness could be the fact that we have successful children, and she's content with that.
And maybe she's used to that. Maybe that's how she's been all the years. They're not a new married couple. They've been probably married for what, 30 or more years. So maybe that's what she's used to.
So I don't need to see a YK and think, oh, I must be like that. I want to be a 60-year-old woman who just keeps quiet. And I love my husband so I can just enjoy him.
Exactly. And that's why she looks so skinny and he looks so robust.
Mariah, people keep quiet, but they radiate happiness. They radiate joy. When you see them, even if they're not speaking, you can tell that they're happy. It's just always written on your face.
Do you know that?
She doesn't.
Do you know that there was a piece I wrote sometime, and let me just read it to you. In traditional Chinese medicine, emotions are linked to specific organs, and with anger affects our liver, joy affects the heart, sadness and grief affects the lungs, fear affects the kidneys, and worries affect the spleen. So sometimes when there is no joy in your heart, it will tell on your face. Yes. People can read it. This thing is not me that wrote it.
Okay, Prince from Delta. Thank you, Damilola. Calm down. Prince from Delta. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
It's my first. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Yes, so I'll just be quick. It's very difficult to really take time as to whether it's wrong or right to kneel down. Because again, when we try to paint everyone with the same brush,
exactly,
or try to make people try to form our opinions about how the marriage should be, it might be very difficult. What works for them might be really enough.
Oh, we're having trouble, Prince, with that line. That woman, what you're saying, I see a dignified woman. A woman who has lived, who is proud of what she has, who is proud of her husband, who is speaking on her behalf. She's a kept.
I won't go back.
I see, because you can't, like what our caller said, you can't paint everybody with the same brush.
Absolutely.
I see a woman who is like looking at Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. If you see her, you see a woman who is dignified. She doesn't have to be all lovey-dovey with like YK jumping around. Hey. She's just like, but
I'm not jumping around. I think we are sitting together.
You are happy. You're very bubbly. Somebody might be seeing YK. I want to be like YK, which is good. That's another person. But you can see somebody who is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala speaking. She's just calm.
You can see that she's happy.
You can see, so she doesn't have to look like everybody else.
No, what I think honestly is that what works for you, yes, well, might not work for the other person, but in connection with marriage, broken relationship, and questions that we ask on the streets, you discover that a certain man wants a Baddie for a woman, but because of coercion, maybe family, one or this, he goes to find a Churchy, brings her in. She's maintaining the pace. I saw a movie of a man who was compelled to marry a girl who is a homemaker, and he really wanted her twin, who was a complete baddie. And it became a friction in the house because the twin here was already into the guy, and the other one was just there. She took a teaching job so that she would have time to take care of her home, and it caused a colossal disaster at the end of the day because the man was in between. His father wanted the church woman, the homely woman, but his own happiness depended on the woman who was there outside. Now, what it has to do is that a lot of marriages keep... If only this man is telling me that he doesn't have a girlfriend or he has never ever had a woman outside of that woman. So we understand that he really appreciates what he has as a docile woman or as a woman who is just there feeling fulfilled and dignified.
You just open one thing I want to get into. Let me go on a very short break.
Let me read comments when we come back.
Come back,
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.